welcome to Wednesday. We are live Wednesday night. This will actually be the last Wednesday for a little while as I am getting ready to take a summer break. So please let me know when you jump on. I look forward to talking with you tonight. Welcome to Insights with Ivanna, a weekly broadcast designed to help you identify, embrace, and live more fully in your genius by illuminating important pieces of information that you actually already possess. So tonight we're going to continue with the series on limiting beliefs. There are so many paths that we can take with limiting beliefs that I will probably continue this series after my summer break. Hi Jody, thank you for joining us tonight. Please do check in and let us know when you are here. So I am Ivanna, the founder and chief Luminary officer of Luminary Insights, an intuitive life coaching brand, and international best-selling author in Women Who Shine. I'm excited to continue exploring limiting beliefs with you all tonight, especially exploring how to visualize and see past them. So over the last few weeks, we have talked about some of the limiting beliefs that we each have and what areas of our lives that they've impacted the most. So we have explored how these beliefs can be hidden from our awareness, or how they might even be in plain sight, and how they can appear in these many different areas. So I put into the chat box that we might have these limiting beliefs in more than one area, but in our finances, our health and our fitness, personal development, recreation and free time, relationships, or work and career, that those particular areas can each manifest with different limiting beliefs. We may be very successful in most areas of our lives, and in another really have some struggles. So as you know, I'm focusing on health and wellness. My lowest number on the Wheel of Life, which is another thing that we have been talking about, get it in the camera the right way. My lowest number, as you can see on the Wheel of Life, is in health and fitness. So when we first just talked about those different areas, that was what I had identified. But when I went back and really ranked myself, I was able to see that that's really where I have some strong limiting beliefs that cause challenges for me. So I'm going to put the Wheel of Life in the chat box for you as well. It's a Google Doc. It will ask you to make a copy, but you can fill that out for yourself. And I've shared before how one of the reasons I like it is because it is something that can grow. So I was going to share later, but I'll share now that over the past week, I've actually lost 3 pounds and have been doing better on exercising and really thinking about what I put in my mouth. So I just added a green line to my Wheel of Life, because that's part of the beauty of this Wheel of Life, is that as I'm feeling more satisfaction and I'm overcoming some of those limiting beliefs, I can mark it up on that chart and really see where I'm growing. I love that visual data. So even though I've not felt that great, I've really chosen to reduce my sugar, reduce my gluten, reduce my dairy. I'm not perfect. I ate cheese last night. But I can feel a difference in my body already when maybe I don't realize I'm feeling better, but boy, when I eat something that causes inflammation, I can feel it. I've been trying to log my food. That's one of the things I struggle with and fight against as well, but it makes such a difference when I log my food. I can really see what I'm doing. Actually, one day it told me that I wasn't eating enough. So it helps me keep that balance. I will say that walking the dog counts as exercise, but water aerobics for me is even better, but it's all about the movement. We've also talked about having our affirmations. I'm so happy and grateful now that, and I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm at my ideal weight, right? Physically, I'm not there yet, but as I put that visualization and I put that out there to the universe, it's going to help me reach that goal. I'm so happy and grateful that now I automatically choose healthy food. I'm already finding that my mindset is changing, my brain is rewiring, and I'm doing that. But I have to take that action, and I have to be consistent. I've even caught myself telling myself what someone typed in the chat box last week, that all is well and all will be well. It encourages me and it encourages others. So I know that if I'm thinking about being healthy, it's harder for me to make unhealthy choices, and vice versa. Just like with the seagull jackhammer last week, if you're thinking one thing, it's hard to do the opposite. And if you're doing the opposite, it's hard to keep those positive thoughts. So it is almost impossible to perform counter to the images we're holding in our minds. Sometimes we really hold ourselves back with the images and beliefs that we hold. But sometimes, for me, I can almost like taste that healthy reality. I think about it sort of like imagining that I'm eating a slice of lemon, that when I really imagine it, I can actually taste it. Let's try it together. All right, so think about a lemon. You can close your eyes if you want to, but think about a lemon. What does it look like? What does it smell like? Now imagine that you're holding a juicy slice of lemon in your hand, whether you like them or not. Imagine it. And then imagine raising it to your lips and taking a bite or sucking out that tangy juice. All right. Did you go, oh my, gross, gross? Did you salivate? I salivated just writing this down. Our thoughts are so powerful that even just imagining tasting that lemon activates my body. Now, I wonder, did it do that for you too? If you're out there, type in the chat box. Did thinking about the lemon, thinking about tasting a lemon, did it activate your salivatory glands? Did it make you go funny faces? Did your body react to your thoughts about the lemon? It can be a simple Y for yes or N for no, or you can tell me a little bit more. And if you are watching this in the replay, please go ahead and write your comments as well. I'm not seeing anything yet. Yes or no. But for me, it really, really did. So on the other hand, sometimes I can actually scare myself about what could happen if I felt healthy. And I ask myself, what am I so scared of? You know, would people not like me because I changed so much? I've heard about that. People lose a lot of weight, get really healthy, and then people don't like you or they get jealous. You know, would they think differently of me? Is there a possibility that I'd be healthy for a while and then it would all go away? So there's all these thoughts going on in my mind that I'm scaring myself about what it would be like to be healthy. And those thoughts also bring about reality, and it's definitely not the one I want. All right, so I know some people were not able to be here tonight, and I hope they will be watching the replay, because this activity, I actually know that one of them that's not here tonight is scared of heights. And I promised that I would be doing an activity that would be quite interesting. So I promise you'll be completely safe, but I'm going to ask you to do this activity. It's a two-part activity. Promise me you will do both. All right, in this activity, first we are going to experience what it feels like when we fear something, whether it's a possible circumstance or even becoming the golden version of yourself. You're going to feel what it feels like when you have fear. But promise you will be safe. Once we've survived that, we'll experience what it feels like to triumph over our limiting beliefs. So again, promise me you will do both. All right. So if you are willing to close your eyes, please close your eyes. And I'm going to ask you to imagine that you're standing in the middle of a small terrace on top of one of the tallest buildings in the world. It could be the Empire State Building, the Eiffel Tower, anywhere you want to be that's tall. So your eyes are closed and you are imagining. Now I want you to look down at your feet in your mind's eyes and notice what you're standing on. Are you standing on asphalt, marble, metal, concrete, granite? What is the terrace made of? See that in your mind's eye. Now imagine looking up and seeing what time of day it is. Is it daytime, nighttime, sunrise, sunset? As you look up, also notice what the weather is like. Is it overcast or sunny? Can you feel the sun, the breeze, maybe cold air on your skin? Are there any sounds up there? There might be traffic noises or wind or helicopters, maybe the air conditioning systems. Whatever it is, notice, what do you hear? Now in a moment, I'm going to ask you to walk to the edge of the terrace. But I want you to realize there's no railing at the edge of this terrace. So, very slowly and carefully, walk over to the edge of the terrace. When you get to the edge, put your toes right up against the edge and look down. As you're looking way down below, you see little tiny dots of people and cars. Notice, what are you feeling in your body? Now allow yourself to walk or crawl back to the middle of the terrace. When you get to the middle of the terrace, take a deep breath and open your eyes and type in the chat to let me know that you survived. Just put a letter Y in the chat, let me know you survived. Take as much time as you need to, but once you have settled back on the terrace, I want you to tell me, did you feel anything happen in your body? And if so, what did you feel? As you visualized going to the edge of that terrace with no railing, what did you feel in your body? Now, mind you, my eyes were open. I've done this several times. I was talking, and even when I was typing this for my notes, I felt kind of queasy. My stomach kind of turned, and I felt a little tingly sensation down below. Right? Even reading with my eyes open, my body reacted to being on the edge of a terrace with my eyes open. Jody says, I felt my stomach drop out when I looked down. And if you're watching this on the chat, especially if you're the person I know that's scared of heights, please forgive me, but please do type in the chat and let me know, because the next part is where it's going to get really powerful. So we felt in our bodies when we were visualizing. So let me ask you the following questions. Where was your body really during this visualization of being on a terrace high up in the air with no railing? You can type in the chat, but I'm going to tell you the answer. You were in a safe place. You were probably sitting in a chair, lying on a bed. You were in a room. So if you were in a safe place, what was your body actually responding to? Yeah, Jody, it was very stressful. It's very stressful even for me, and I've done this before, right? So what was your body responding to? You were in a safe place. Your body was responding maybe to past experiences that you've had. Your body was responding to the visualization that you were creating in your mind. Who created the image? Right? You can blame me if you want to, because I spoke the words, but it's really you. You created that image in your mind. So since you created the image, who created the experience that you had in your body? Again, it wasn't me. It was you. So just visualizing the lemon, just thinking about the lemon, talking about the lemon, for me, I reacted. Many people do. What are some other examples of images that you might create, thoughts that you have in your mind, visualizations that you have that produce physical reactions? I'm thinking of someone that maybe plays a musical instrument like the flute, maybe Karen. I don't know if she does, but maybe she has butterflies before she plays her instrument in front of a lot of people. Maybe she gets nervous and is afraid she's going to make a mistake, or she's worried that someone's not going to like the music. She probably doesn't feel that way, but just run with this, okay? So when you have those thoughts going through your mind, you get queasy, and guess what? You're more likely to make a mistake. But if you have in your mind that you're going to go out there and do this amazing performance, more than likely, that's what's really going to happen. Can you think of any other examples? Maybe you're going to play a tennis match and you get really nervous and butterflies, or maybe you're going to see someone who's hurt you in the past and you end up getting angry because you have all these thoughts in your mind about what's happened and how they've treated you and who they are, and then you're angry. And if you go into that encounter with that person angry, what's going to happen? They're going to be hurt feelings because you've already gone in with your body tense because of the emotions and the thoughts that you've had. You can even cause yourself to have physical ailments. So if you're dreading something to happen, or you're holding anger or unforgiveness in your body and those thoughts are going through your mind, you can actually create real physical ailments because of that. Our thoughts are so powerful. Let me check. Yeah, so Jody, responding to your intense fear of heights. Well, I'm hoping the second part, please don't try this in real life, but we're going to do another visualization that I hope will help you, maybe with your fear of heights, but will really help you with a concept for how we can overcome our limiting beliefs. So for part 2, you have the ability to fly. You can imagine that you have wings on your back like an angel or a bird. You can imagine that you fly like Superman or Superwoman, or maybe you've got a jet pack like the Jetsons. So in your mind's eye, get a clear picture of you can fly. You have this superpower. This is part of who you are and what you can do. You can fly. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes again. Take a deep breath and just let yourself relax. All right. We're going to imagine once more that you are standing on the same terrace, on the same skyscraper, up in the air. All those things you saw around you before, you see now. Only this time you are totally confident in your ability to fly. And you realize that you are totally safe because you can fly. So now you're going to let yourself walk to the edge of the terrace. And when you get there this time, gently bend your knees, push off, and fly. Notice what it feels like when you're flying. You are absolutely free to create whatever experience you want. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What does it feel like to soar through the air? Fly around for a few seconds and then let yourself fly to any place on the planet where you would really like to be right now. It might be a favorite vacation spot, a place you like to go when you want to be alone, maybe a special place you like to go with somebody else. Just fly to this place where you would like to be. No matter how far away it is, you're there. So when you get there, just let yourself gently land and then spend a minute. Either just enjoy being there, enjoy watching what other people are doing, but I'm going to be quiet for about a minute and let you just enjoy this place that you've just flown to. All right, take one last look around this place that you've flown to, and I'm going to ask you to fly back to the terrace from where you originally took off on this journey. No matter how far you had to go, consider yourself there. You've landed on the terrace. And now I want you to open your eyes and come back into the room where you're listening to this broadcast. So my question for you is, did you experience your body differently this time? And if so, what was different? For me, and please type in the chat box, for me, when I was even writing, I felt myself leaning forward in my chair, like I can fly, I'm ready to take off. And I felt this level of confidence. Again, my eyes weren't closed, I wasn't visualizing, I was just writing it out. And I felt my body move, I felt my attitude change, I felt my shoulders drop down. I actually felt more confident. I can fly, there's nothing to be afraid of. So I'd love to hear from you. What did you experience in your body? How was it different? I'll give you a second to write. I know sometimes there's a little delay on my part, so I will give you a little more time. If you're watching the replay, I'd really love to hear your responses as well. I find this to be a very intensive and powerful and impactful activity, and I hope you're finding it to be the same. Okay, Jody flew to Guadalajara, but the terrace was still scary. Yeah, so if you've got an extreme fear of heights, that is very likely that it would still be scary. I would love to talk to you more about it and hear, was it a little less scary? If you tried to do this again, if you rewatch the broadcast, does it become less and less scary? Because desensitization doesn't always happen all in one time. So I would encourage you to consider watching it again, or going through this again and doing the activity again and seeing each time you try it if it actually helps to reduce some of that real life fear as you're visualizing. We know that athletes visualize. We know that research shows that it improves their abilities. We know that it's used in all sorts of therapies in order to help people overcome fears. But it can also be used in our daily lives to help us overcome our limiting beliefs. So again, if you think about your wheel of life, I've got these limiting beliefs that I know are going on when it comes to my health and wellness. How can I use this, right? So for me, when I want chocolate or I don't want to get up and exercise, I can think about these visualizations, and it can help me build my confidence. It can help me feel that I can do what it is that I'm wanting to do, but maybe I'm afraid of, or I have limiting beliefs about it. So I will say excitedly, I have lost 3 pounds this week, but it only works when I take action, right? It only works when I take action, the mental and the physical. Jody was even afraid of monkey bars until midway through grade school because of fear of heights. Absolutely understand. Absolutely. So what I want to have you take away is, what are the other areas in your life in which you scare yourself with negative or catastrophic images? And I'm going to put these in the chat box in just a second. I've got a funky thing going on with my font. What are the areas in your life where you scare yourself, right? What are more positive images or visualizations or thoughts that you could replace them with? And how could you use positive contrasting images to empower yourself to take action rather than let fear run you? So those are some things to think about. Those are some ideas to ask yourself. I'm going to see if this pastes right in the chat box. I have a feeling it's going to look funny. Yeah, it looks funny, but it fixed itself. Great. So those are the questions I want you to take with you from this activity. Don't be shy about coming back and doing the activity again. Each time you do it, it helps you to make this more part of your psyche, part of what you do. So for me, when I'm thinking about, I really want that burrito or that cheese, or that, if I take the time to visualize, what's my body going to look like when I'm able to take things out that cause my inflammation, that take them out? What's my body going to feel like? Is it worth it? Yes. But how do I visualize and remind myself I've got the ability to fly? I've got the ability to make these changes. So I'd love to hear more from you about how the activity impacted you during the session, and also how you apply it to your life, right? So you can certainly email me and let me know. Let me put my email in the chat box. Let me know how it impacted you. If you absolutely hated it, it's okay to tell me that too. But let me know how it impacted you. And of course, if you're interested in going deeper, thank you, Jody, for putting the website in. If you're interested in going deeper into any of these concepts, feel free to reach out through the website and fill out the Let's Talk form. If you're interested in the book, you can also go to the book tab in the website. So thank you for putting all that in there. So I mentioned at the beginning that I will probably continue with this same series when I come back from my summer break. I'm going to do some traveling and some planning for the fall. I might pop on and do lives from time to time, but I'm not going to have a scheduled weekly broadcast. So make sure that you've joined this Facebook page, and then also go to manage notifications and turn the notifications on. That way you'll get an alert when I go live or when I add a post. So I just want to thank you so much for exploring limiting beliefs with me and exploring how we can overcome them. And I look forward to seeing you again when I start back up in the fall. So thank you so much for being here with me tonight. I'll see if there are any more comments in the chat box. But if not, we are going to wrap it up. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate you all. And, just how powerful it is for me as I prepare for these broadcasts, and how it helps to make me closer to that golden version of myself. And I hope that it is moving you along that path as well. So with love and light, I will say good night. Thank you.